It's great to be here, man. I flew up here from, on WestJet. I love WestJet. WestJet, it was one of those flights where everybody clapped when the plane landed. Like they were amazed that it actually worked, Like if you were unsure about why'd you get on in the first place, Oh, boy. They're clapping for the pilot because he's completed his minimum job requirement. It's weird. I like traveling in Canada better than traveling in the United States, because Canada, they always they don't have all these rules and restrictions like in the U.S. They always say, oh, it's the freest country in the world. Yeah, it's so free in the United States, but every time you go anywhere, you got to take your shoes off when you go to the airport, right? And, America's the only country in the world where you got to take your shoes off when you go to the airport. Is that freedom? Every time you go to Cleveland, you got to tiptoe through the airport in your slippery socks and get a planter's wart and take your laptop out of your bag. Excuse me, sir, could you take your laptop out of your bag, please? Could you take your laptop out of your bag? Is that freedom? Take your laptop out of your bag, please, sir. Could you take your laptop out of your bag? Could you take your laptop out of your bag, please, sir? Could you take your laptop out of your bag? Take your laptop out of your bag. Take your laptop out of your bag and put the bag through the X-ray that can see through the friggin' bag. That makes a lot of sense. $4 million X-ray machine can see through your clothes, but it can't see through your shoes. Makes a lot of sense. Calling bull crap. Someone's making some money in X-ray machines, that's what I figure. Then you get on the plane, they say, please turn your cell phone off, it could cause the plane to crash. And you go through all that crap to get on board, then they let every passenger on the plane with a potentially lethal device, and they leave it up to the honor system. Bull crap. I don't know, man, we're living in weird times. Well, I love growing up in Canada. Today, everybody's on Facebook, everybody's on the internet, everybody's on Instagram, everybody's checking their cell phones all the time, everybody's checking their emails all the time. When I was a kid, they didn't have any of that stuff. And you were able to get away from social media, and you had time to think, and your brain had time to reset itself, and you'd think about everything that you had to think about, and then when you were done thinking about that, you'd stop, and you'd look around, and you'd do something else. Kids today, they don't have time to stop and look around at stuff. They're too busy stuck on their phone. But growing up in Canada, you'd look around at stuff. I remember walking to school, sir. I'd be walking along. I'd go up to like a cedar hedge and get inside it, That's the kind of stuff you'd do when you didn't have a cell phone in your pocket. You'd get inside a cedar hedge. Kids today don't get inside cedar hedges. I remember I was like inside this hedge. I was looking at all the little grubs in there, all the little beetles in there walking around, learning about beetles. Kids today don't know anything about beetles inside cedar hedges. I remember I was inside the cedar hedge looking at all the beetles, and then some kid ran by, and I heard outside the hedge, he yelled, "The president was shot!" And Ronald Reagan, he'd just been shot, right? And he yelled, "The president was shot!" And I stuck my head out of the hedge, right? The president was shot! He said, "Yeah, the president was shot!" I get out, "The president was shot!" "Yeah, now I'm running. The president was shot!" I'm running around. "The president was shot!" All these other kids are sticking their heads out of hedges and shit. Now they're running. "The president was shot!" Everyone's running around screaming, "The president was shot!" See, information traveled just as fast before the internet. We didn't need CNN or TMZ. I found out Reagan was shot inside a bush. You guys are awesome. We got a lot more comics coming up. Yep.